What is up, my fellow andronauts? In this video, I'm going to talk about Kanna, the succulent South African plant, and how it can affect your testosterone and what other benefits this herb might have and why you might be interested in using it. Before we dive into the video, if you haven't already, be sure to get my ebook on how to maximize your testosterone naturally. If you would like me to maximize your testosterone, links are in the description below. Let's dive in. Alright, so there was no direct evidence showing that Kanna can increase testosterone, but there was some indirect evidence that it might be able to help to make sure that when LH is released, your body is creating enough testosterone. Because it acts as a PDE4 inhibitor, phosphodiesterase. And so phosphodiesterase breaks down cyclic AMP. And this lowers LH responsiveness. So you might know about PDE5 in the penis, which breaks down cyclic GMP, and cyclic GMP produces vasodilation, right? So PDE4 inhibits CAMP. So when LH binds to its receptor, it increases CAMP. And CAMP then stimulates this whole steroidogenic cascade. But now you have this PDE4 that breaks down the CAMP. So you have an inhibition of this whole cascade. So it's not going to be as strong. So you lose sensitivity to LH. So for example, when you do a blood test, you might see that your LH is like a 4 or a 5, but then your testosterone is like 200 or 300, right? It might seem like you have enough LH, but your testosterone is not there. It's not being responsive. And so it could be that phosphodiesterase 4 is breaking down your CAMP and you have insensitivity. Now, let me also say that when you have insensitivity, it's more so that you have oxidative stress that's inducing the insensitivity. It's not a Kanna deficiency, right? So as far as I could find, there's only indirect evidence showing that Kanna can increase testosterone by inhibiting PDE4. Now, onto the other benefits of Kanna. As you can see, this is what it looks like. It's a succulent plant, and they used to dry it, and then they would like chew it, and they would smoke it, and they would ferment it, all kinds of stuff. All right, some of the benefits of Kanna and how it works. It decreases connectivity between the amygdala and hypothalamus, thus reducing fear. So you feel less inhibited, which is really good. It makes you feel more social. You can actually be more yourself in social situations. It's a serotonin reuptake and PDE4 inhibitor, and they have a synergistic effect on mood and well-being, like antidepressant effects, when they're used together. It's an agonist to GABA-A, some of the opioid receptors, cholecystokinin 1 receptor, E4 prostaglandin receptor, and also the melatonin receptor. So all of which can really help to make you feel like calm and happy, like really calm and happy, like you enjoy things more. It's also been shown to lower cortisol and aldosterone, and it upregulates the expression of a vesicular monoamine transporter 2, VMAT2. So let's elaborate on VMAT2. So your neurons produces dopamine, right? And then dopamine is being released into the synapses. And then on the other side, it binds to the dopamine receptors. You have dopamine floating around here in the synaptic cleft. And then it can basically be taken back up by the transporter proteins and then stored in these vesicles, right? The VMAT2. So it's kind of like the recycling where you store it. So you release it, store it, and then you can re-release it into the body as well. So the VMAT2 is an integral membrane protein that transports monoamines, particularly neurotransmitters such as dopamine, norepinephrine, serotonin, and histamine, from cellular cytosol into synaptic vesicles. So basically it potentiates and strengthens the amount of dopamine and serotonin, norepinephrine that you have in the body. So it potentiates their effects. So all in all, although Kanna might not directly help to increase your testosterone, it might help to ensure optimal sensitivity to LH. But apart from that, it has a lot of mental benefits, like making you feel more calm, you enjoy things more, you feel more social, right? You can be more creative in a flow state. So there's a lot of benefits, but one of the few benefits that you might not know about, it's actually also very good for premature ejaculation because it acts on the GABA receptor, melatonin receptor, opioid receptor, and it increases serotonin levels. So it works on multiple mechanisms, how it can actually help with premature ejaculation. So what you can do is you can buy a tincture. I will link for you guys in the description below. You take it sublingually about 5 to 10 minutes before sex, and then it should be kicking in by the time you get right for business. So I discuss Kanna and many more other compounds in my premature ejaculation course. If you're interested in it, link is also in the description for you guys. Also, I would like to hear from you. If you've used Kanna before, what's been your experience? I've heard that there's many different extracts, of course. Each one will give you a different effect. So you want to make sure you get the right extract. Now, there is an extract from Nootropics Depot that seems to be very good exactly for that mental, really socialization benefit that you want. So I will link that one for you guys in the description below as well. So if you've used it, please let me know what's been your experience with it. I would love to hear from you guys. And I will check you in the next one. Cheers, guys.